Hey everyone, we're up now.
Hello.
Just right after I was saying, yeah, we're not up yet, then I just hit start streaming. Um, I know there were people a few hours ago waiting in the chat. Now the chat's like a graveyard of people. So
Yeah, like
hopefully they start coming in.
it was just we did not have a very good schedule. Like I mean not schedule, but like it just didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, people, I think they would just like jump in on the like, we're going to be streaming it live at 6, but people will just click on it to like wait, and then they're like, yay, it's back. Where is
Hmm.
it? And it's like, we're not live for like another 3 hours. It's like, hey, hails to Taco, one of our
Hello.
patrons from Patreon. I don't know if I say Patreon or patron or Patreon. Anyway,
I
uh,
called the website Patreon
yeah,
and then people are patrons.
yeah, okay. I don't know my word lingos all that much. Hey, Inspector Who, hey, Verif. So, also, I had to put in the title, like, no spoilers from the Fathom event,
Yeah.
in case anyone has, because I have to say, being part of the, like, the Utah Rooster Teeth community Facebook group, everyone's posting about, like, the Fathom event last night, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I am avoiding.
I've actually avoided it mostly. Like I don't know anything about it except people were like, "Nice."
Yeah, yeah. Like, luckily, that's what everyone's been saying. That and like a lot of people are saying, Volume Five's opening is their new favorite opening, and
That's cool.
I am like, no way. It like I'm hoping it's like it's time to say goodbye. Levels of good, because that is just my jam. I was listening to it this morning, and oh, I love Ruby Volume 2 so much. I don't know why. Like, Ruby Volume 2 is like everyone's least favorite volume, or so it seemed. And then I'm like, I love you, Volume 2. It's okay.
I
Like,
like Volume 2. I don't know. I got on the hype train. Like, I can't decide if Volume 3 or 4 is my favorite just because it's animation versus story for me.
yeah. Um, Volume 3 is like a close second favorite for me. So, or maybe close second, the third favorite. I don't know how to rank the volumes. They switch throughout. Like, I know volume one, I watched like chapters one and two on the days they came out, and then like I just got busy with high school life, and I didn't have a YouTube account yet, so I didn't like subscribe to Rooster Teeth. I just kind of it just stopped showing up in my suggestions, and I forgot about Ruby. And
Oh,
then I
yeah.
really started diving back into Rooster Teeth a little bit before Volume 2 came out, and they were releasing like the behind the scenes documentary videos.
Oh,
And there's a
okay.
video of like Lindsay in like her backyard practicing the Ruby voice, and she's like,
I
"Yang,
remember that.
yang, yeah." So it was that video, and like watching those little videos where I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is a thing. I should go rewatch Ruby now that it's all out." And I watched it all, and I remember getting to the last chapter of Volume One, and it just randomly starts going to the credits, and I'm like, "Wait, that's the end of the season?" Like, I have to say, it was like the most lackluster end because it didn't feel like it was like an end to a season. It felt like an end to an
Hmm.
episode. So
That makes sense.
where's Volume Two? So I'm getting back. Oh wait, Bags is saying Volume Two is his favorite or their favorite.
Yay.
Yay! And you're from England, aren't you, Fred? You have the U. And oh, and Hails to Tacos say Volume Two's their favorite. Oh, okay. I'm glad to see Volume 2 getting love, because I'm just used to, like, whenever I was on Tumblr, seeing people be like, Volume 2 was cool and all, but it had problems. I'm like, guys, please. Um,
Like the volumes are all cool and they all have their own problems, but it's like you can still pick whatever favorite you want.
yeah. And oh my gosh, I totally forgot something I was going to add to this uh, stream. Okay, poll question. Because I got an important question for the chat, and I would like it in actual numbers and not trying to count off of the chat. What is it? Should the okay? So we know tomorrow we're having the Yang trailer and
Mm-hmm.
the first chapter, And I'm wondering if people would rather have reaction videos done separate for those, or might as well have them in one recording as one video. Does that make sense? Like,
Yes.
yeah. So like I wanna know from the chat, like, what do they prefer? Whether it's for me, you, or in general, I guess. Um
I'm gonna have
Yang
to keep up with the episodes because, like, I
school.
know I'm gonna get behind.
Okay, so hold on. I am adding this card. I cannot type. Okay, there we go. Okay. There. Okay, if everyone was to look at their iCard. Wait, hold on. Can
I don't
I
even know how to make an iCard.
edit
Oh,
card?
there it is.
I pushed the trash can button. There should only be one iCard. If you click on it, there's like a little voting poll, and the next step in this adventure for me is to find out where I find said results from poll. But anyway, hey guys. Oh wait. Oh, I just saw your comment being like, "Hey, this person's saying hi." Oh wait, that's Sunny.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't want to interrupt what you were talking about, so I just put it in the chat.
Yeah, it's her right. Okay, so Mario is saying Volume 4 had more variety of locations, which was a break from being at Beacon for the first three volumes. I would agree with that, because there's
Hmm.
only like so much you could do with like Beacon. Although Beacon's like a huge school, I bet we saw only like a tiny little percentage of it.
Yeah,
Um,
like we didn't see Professor Peach. What's up with that?
it's just funny that I read that from like a Mario, and then you bring up Peach, and then there are icons
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog as well. So it's like Peach. Okay. So
I mean, if you're stuck with a school for seasons and seasons, I don't like you're stuck with
but
rules.
but yeah, but the
It's
fun is
cool.
going behind the rules and like breaking the rules, and like Beacon had a hidden basement that was like a vault. You know,
True.
what other secrets could that building have had? Maybe it had secret passageways or something. I don't know. Or uh, it's a pretty old school. Maybe they had some ghost stories about certain halls in it. Like, oh, this wing of the school is closed off because a student died there and we don't know how. And then there's
Oh
like
my
a
God.
Moaning Myrtle or something. I don't know. Like,
Ah,
there's so much stuff they could have done with it.
that
Maybe
would be weird.
the manga could take care of that.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was like definitely one of the like top 10 things for me. Maybe top 5. I don't know. I haven't really made a list of like favorite things per volume, but seeing the different locations is really great. And there's actually
Hmm.
one thing, the volume 5 trailer I've been excited about because of that place. Are you
Yeah,
happy?
I actually really liked the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer was amazing. I mean, they took like the Weiss, Blake, and Yang trailer, but then added a little bit of chapter one into it, I think.
Hmm.
And oh, seeing all the locations and the animation. Oh, the animation was the other thing people were mentioning, other than the opening. So
Yeah, I heard about that.
yeah. So do you have any thoughts about the trailer?
I have
And
lots of thoughts about the
all
trailer,
right,
but honestly, the first thing I think of is if that person is who I think they are, then Sienna Khan's a woman who leads the White Fang.
yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. Some people, I saw one person say Sienna Khan's wife is hot. I'm like, no, I think that is Sienna Khan. Like, she is
Yeah,
sitting in a
no, she is
leadership
hot though.
position, and Sienna kind of sounds like a female name. So it's
Yeah.
like, no, that is a chick, my dude. Hmm?
Yeah, but from what I could see, she was pretty cute.
Yeah. Gosh, she fell victim to the Rule 34 thing within like an hour. So
What you gonna do?
yeah, I personally have not seen, but like I follow a page on Facebook. It's like Ruby memes or whatever. Hold on, I need to
Oh,
get my facts
those
straight.
those Facebook groups can be so toxic though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one, it went from like it was really funny to like now it's just kind of like they're very desperate to come up with memes. So
Yeah.
let's see. It's like Ruby. I think it's just called Ruby memes. Yeah, it's just Ruby memes and crap. What's her name? it's Blake's mom as the icon.
Of course it is.
Yeah, and she's like having like a weird face. But let's see. They took a screenshot of Sienna Khan, and then they said, "Can't wait for the R34." And like it took me like a full 2 minutes to be like, "What the heck is R34?" But then it was like, but then they're like, "Can't wait for this," and then they like reposted it with a link to like some fan artist, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, guys! If you go to this Facebook page, they got it. They already made it." I'm like, "Okay, I'm closing off of Facebook for the day. It's full of old people and crazy people." Um,
Like, I legit left one of the Ruby Facebook groups because all it was bad memes, shipping wars, and people complaining about shipping wars. That's legitimately all it was. And I was just like, I don't need this to show up on my Facebook anymore.
yeah. Yeah, like for me, it was like, man, I forgot what Facebook is in general. If I wanted to go into Ruby fandom stuff, like, I don't know, Twitter is just like really bad for navigation for that sort of stuff for me. So it's like, maybe I should go back into Tumblr, but I've been kind of shunning Tumblr for the last couple of months, like since May. I've not been on Tumblr since May.
I haven't
Although,
been on Tumblr in like a couple years now, dude.
yeah, I technically logged in today to like set up a post for this episode of VYTALCast ahead of time,
Mm-hmm.
but that was
Nice.
like schedule post, log off forever. um, so people are saying don't assume genders. Guys, she is very feminine. She is very feminine.
Okay, fine.
Uh,
Like I'll stop assuming, but
yeah,
they are a they are a pretty person.
they are very pretty. Yeah, Destiny is like Tumblr as hell. I agree with that. Uh, Straight
Um,
Drug, he made a joke say more Virgin Killer sweater art, please. Maybe get like Jessica Negri dressing as like Cinder.
oh my.
like no, yeah, that was a fun meme while it lasted over the summer.
Yeah, honestly, it was.
Yeah. And so Verif is saying that's why I much prefer close-knit discussions like this. Are they still talking about like Siada Khan, or what I was talking about the R30? Anyway, we're not going to talk about R34.
Or do you prefer close-knit sweaters like the Virgin?
Yeah.
I don't know where I was
Hey,
going with
hey,
that.
that's fun. Yeah, it's like, do you just prefer sweaters? Like instead of the Virgin Killer sweaters? Do you prefer the killer sweaters? And it's like Friday the 13th mask on. Uh,
Okay, just real quick.
uh,
I have like the trailer on another tab if we want to like click through it and discuss all of it, but you can
okay.
choose what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, we could do that. Like, you want to do that? I'll pull it up. I would need to quickly
I mean,
mute my
I
browser
assume
so people don't
I mean,
hear
I
it.
assume everyone's seen it, so
Yeah.
we could just click through
I
it
saw
and discuss
flying
it.
boats again, like from Volume 1, and I
Oh
guess you
yeah.
saw them in Volume 3. They were flying a lot faster this time. I'm like, they have more than one speed. And it looks like they're like, were those floating items? Not items, islands. Were those floating islands in the
Yeah,
trailer?
what the heck was that,
It
dude?
was like, no one talked about floating islands before. Where's our World of Remnant on that? Like,
Yeah, exactly. But whatever it was very pretty and interesting, and I want to know what's
yeah.
going on.
Yeah. It's like, tomorrow, come by faster. Um, you know the one thing I'm gonna dread about tomorrow, though?
What?
Site crashes. The
Too
yearly,
true.
the yearly site crashes. Like, oh, AC Gears and Arms put up a good guess on the floating islands. Raw
Yeah, that
gravity
makes
dust.
sense.
That would make a ton of sense. Okay, Veriv said the islands had large black crystals sticking out. I'm thinking that's dust. Man,
I don't
like,
remember, but if I click through it, I'll probably see it.
yeah, and Stoic Drug, there's already plenty of that on Tumblr.
He's 14. Leave small boy alone.
Dude, most of Ruby is like super young. There shouldn't be any of that, but it's like it exists, and it's yeah. I made a bad mistake of clicking on someone's URL once on Tumblr, and then
Oh boy.
the dark side of the internet was unveiled, and I was like, time to gouge out my eyes.
Bleach your eyes.
Yeah, yeah, the servers are gonna burn totally. So I remember last year for Chapter 1 of Volume 4, everyone's like frantically trying to get on the website. They're like, hurry, before the spoilers, and it's like, crash.
There's not gonna be any spoilers if literally no one can watch it.
Yeah, well, it was like the lucky few who could watch it, and then they'll post like screenshots and stuff, and you're like, stop. I remember like Chapter 1 I watched so many times, but it wasn't from like the website, it was from like my reaction recording of it. It was like, oh my gosh, Chapter 1 is so pretty. I must reconsume this, but like I couldn't rewatch the episode because if I try to rewind, it would kick me out of the site because someone else is watching now, and it was like,
oh yeah,
yeah. Okay, sorry, were you reading something?
Oh, I mean,
what are the comments? Oh,
sure, I don't care.
What? You could talk. You're a co-host.
I'm just trying to read the comment. I keep getting distracted and I can't finish the comment.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Stoic Drug said he's already seen it. Oh, did you see the Fathom event? Did anyone see it in theaters? Because I'd imagine that'd be a really cool thing. I mean, I would have I would have wanted to go, but it was like, people in their cell phones, people talking. I can't record my reaction in the theater like, as much as I would love to.
I probably would have been more excited to go if it was, I don't know, like longer, like if it's just one episode and then a bunch of extra stuff, like I'm not that excited to go. Like I just forgot about it.
Did you see how long Chapter 1's supposed to be for this volume?
Was it like 23 minutes or something?
Only 23 minutes? That's like one of the longest episodes we've had.
I said, is it 23 or something?
Yeah, it's 23 minutes. Sorry, I took that as like a sarcastic reply. I'm like, oh, it's only 23 minutes. Most anime episodes are 22 minutes, but okay. Yeah.
I mean, whenever we're ready, we can talk, like go through the entire trailer if you want.
Oh, okay, yeah, we could do that. I already closed that at Chrome, but I could...
Oh, I mean,
okay. I'm already back on roosterteeth.com.
Is it like your homepage?
No, Google Fiber's just that fast. Google is like my homepage, and then like I could just click on the Rooster Teeth logo, and it'll take me there. See, I'm already... Wait. Gosh dang it, roosterteeth.com. Stop logging me out, yo.
Well, I guess I'll start the discussion while you're doing that.
Start that.
Okay, so the trailer opens with a beautifully animated shots of what looks like some Asian-inspired castle-looking thing. So it looks pretty cool. We don't know exactly where it is. We can assume it's somewhere in Haven, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's in Haven.
And then they're looking for people, and they say hello, and then they're like, there doesn't seem to be anyone here. So we haven't seen this place before. We don't know really what's going on or why people aren't there. But it's a pretty animated shot, and I think it opens the trailer to like add tension to what's going on.
Yeah.
And then we have Salem and Cinder. Salem sitting in her menacing way at the head of the table, and Cinder's walking away. And I think there's going to be some more tension between them because of, they were just kind of arguing last season about, like, Cinder, don't you want power? And it's like, no, you have to, like, do this by yourself, like, get your voice back. But, I mean, I don't really know what else to say there. Do you have any additions?
Yeah, I have one addition. I'm popping it up on the VYTALCast screen now.
Okay.
RoosterTeeth.com's already crashed for me.
Oh my gosh.
I can't log in.
I
type in my stuff, and then it's like, oh, that was the wrong password. But every other time I entered the correct password, it was like, you can't enter here. And it was like an error. I'm like, why? It is not
Error. Get
Saturday
out.
yet. Gosh dang. Uh, but yeah, no, like the school was empty, and that was really weird. And like I bet it has to do with Watts at the end of Volume 4.
Oh, you're thinking it's the school.
Yeah, I'm,
I never thought of that.
I was thinking it was the school. Am I the only one who was thinking that's the school?
Well, now that I look at it, it could definitely be a school, but like I have no idea what it looks like, so I just thought it was some cool like building thing, but it totally makes sense. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay, so Stoic Drug is actually saying the Fathom event wasn't too long, wasn't too short. It was just right. That's awesome. Watts crashed the RT site. Yeah, no, I meant Watts had to do with the school being empty. But yeah. And someone mentioned that Volume 3, Chapter 12 was 28 minutes. I didn't say 23 minutes was the longest. I said it was one of the longest.
I mean, also credits take up a long time at the end of a volume.
True. If we cut off the credits, I don't know how long it would be.
Like I think for the end of what did they say, volume 3? I think the credits were like almost a good 6 to 8 minutes at least.
Yeah, I think 6 minutes. You know what? I just remembered YouTube is a thing.
Uh-huh.
And hey, did you know VYTALCast is live now? Thanks, YouTube.
Wow, I'm gonna go watch it.
It's like, oh my gosh, the VYTALCast, they're live. Okay, I forgot. I could just pull up the trailer on YouTube, and
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I was like, oh no, roosterteeth.com's not letting me log in. Where? Hold on, I'm. Okay. YouTube was being weird for a moment. Okay, so here, I'm paused at like 1 second in. Oh my
Nice.
gosh, the towers look like a rocket.
That
Like
is
with the
true.
spires sticking out, they look like a rocket. Just a random thing.
I think it's very beautifully put together though.
Yeah, okay. So, oh, okay. Stoic Drug, please tell me that's not a spoiler. I mean, it's a minor spoiler, but some people might consider it major. But someone said, I hope we get to see Neptune again, and then you said, you'll get that tomorrow. I'm like, oh no. I mean, not like, oh no, but like, oh boy. I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen him.
I want to see him. He's so cool. I want to
Do
see
you hear people
Scarlet.
yelling in your apartment?
Sorry, I live in a dorm.
There's just some people having a fist fight outside my apartment. No big deal.
Dude, I went to a protest today. We were yelling. Okay,
Oh,
continue.
sweet. Was it about faunus rights? That
Yes.
sounds interesting. Okay, cool. But yeah, someone said you could tell the animators have been having a lot more fun this volume, and
Mhm.
I would totally agree with that because just looking at 57 seconds in when it shows Raven on screen for a split second, just seems like the
Yeah.
characters seem really flushed out and like smaller details, which that was like one of the big things of Volume 4, or like 59 seconds in when we see one of those flying boat things again. That's just and the floating islands. Oh yeah, there's the black crystal everyone's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they're getting used to the new animation software and they have more time and resources and people to work on it. So
Yeah, well,
I think it's
the
just going to
whole-
improve.
I think the whole reason why they switched to Maya was because the animation team was more familiar with Maya than Poser.
Yeah, and Poser was just hard to work with,
Yeah,
from what I understand.
yeah. Especially if you're like trying to convert Poser files to Maya. So
Hmm.
okay, Hunts SD says Brian seems to be having a lot of fun with this one, dude. Like just seeing the people who work on the project having a lot of fun, or like hearing them like super excited, just makes me really excited as a viewer because it's like they have to deal with Ruby more than the rest of us.
Yeah.
And if they're having fun with it, then that's just gonna be really rewarding to watch. Or
That is true, because
I
like
guess really rewarding for them to watch us watch it. But yeah.
yeah, just like if they're enjoying working on it, then we'll probably enjoy watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just oh man. Ruby Volume 5. Like this week for me has been like the week of like a lot of major things in my life all of a sudden like, hey, we're coming back. Like, Ruby Volume 5. Star Wars had a new trailer. Supernatural premiered
Star
last
Wars,
night.
yeah.
Arrow premiered last night.
Oh
It,
snap!
yeah, so it's like, oh my gosh. And then Stranger Things dropped a trailer today too. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, to be fair, it's like the start of the fall TV season.
I
Like a lot of stuff
know.
comes out around
I
here.
know, but it's like a lot of stuff all in like the same little thing, and I'm just like really excited to start it off with Ruby.
Hmm.
Supernatural could wait. I'm gonna wait a while for that. um, but
I
yeah,
do have a question for everyone.
okay.
Who does everyone think is the guy Yang punches in the trailer? Like the skinny looking blondish kind of guy who gets his tooth knocked out. Who do people think that is?
I think that's an ex-boyfriend. Just kidding. I think it's like some like no-name guy that we're probably never gonna see again, except for like maybe once. Kind of like how Junior was.
Yeah.
How Junior was in the yellow trailer, but then like you don't see him again until they come back to there in volume 2. And it's like, you again. Oh no. So
Ooh, I do see in that scene there's a door in the background that says staff only. So I wonder what that's about. Like
wait.
Yang barged into this shop at 27 seconds
27
behind
seconds.
Yang.
Okay, hold on. I need
Her
to go
red
back to
eyes
my
are
history.
really pretty right now, though.
Oh
Oh
yeah, yeah,
boy.
yeah. That was one thing I was super excited. So 27 seconds.
Yes.
Okay, I am slowly getting there.
But
27 seconds. Oh my gosh, I am in love with those eyes. Okay,
yes,
sorry.
they're beautiful.
Like her hair too. Like look how her hair is. It's so much better than how it was done in Volume 4. Like I'm not dissing on Volume 4, but like she just
She
looks.
looks really beautiful actually.
She's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm I'm falling into the Yang train, everyone.
I saw a comment that says rumors are saying that's Cardin. No.
What? Wait,
What?
wait, Cardin. Uh,
Cardin has like square jaw and is super pale.
yeah, no, that's not Cardin.
But that
Not
would be
Cardin
funny.
Winchester in the slightest. I think they're joking. That plus he looks way too old to be Cardin.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, okay, Stoic Jug, please don't say whatever it is. Like I would like to go into chapter 1 as blind as possible.
Hmm.
So, hey, we have more people going. Spoilers means anything from the upcoming
Hello.
episode. Yeah, I would say really. Oh, that's the other thing I want to talk about for VYTALCast. So, like, starting next week onward, we're gonna have a study schedule. Sunny, did I talk to you about this? We talked
I
about
don't
it,
think
right?
so. Wait, maybe? I don't know.
About just having a weekly schedule once Volume 5 starts.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to be having a weekly schedule, and starting next episode on, we will technically be having spoilers. And I say technically because we'll be talking about the previous week's episode, but they won't be out on YouTube yet, but they are free to watch starting on Tuesdays if you have a free account on roosterteeth.com. So honestly, that's like the best way to watch it is whether you're a first member or just a free member, you get to have earlier access on Rooster Teeth's site. They got an app on their phone, on the iPhone too.
Yep, I
So
have it.
yeah, I got it too. I had a factory reset my phone last week, so I'm not logged into my account yet. So I can't.
Rip.
Oh gosh, iOS 11 has been gross. I don't want an iPhone anymore.
I've wanted to upgrade, but then half the people I talk to, they're like, "Oh, it's pretty good," and the other half is like, "It sucks."
Oh yeah, there's cool features. It's just it needs all the bugs removed. So
Hmm.
Sarah's asking, have they released Yang's character clip? No, they are releasing it tomorrow. That's the thing I'm really confused about is they're releasing Yang's trailer tomorrow, but then chapter 1 is coming out the same day as well. But
Yeah, like, why not just release it today? The trailer,
like the
the
trailer
clip.
the day before. The only thing I could really see is to grab new viewers via YouTube because they'll be releasing the Yang trailer on both roosterteeth.com and YouTube tomorrow.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I could see it as like a more of a hey, people who don't know what Ruby is, or maybe people who are part of the Ruby fandom but for some reason don't watch it on roosterteeth.com. You could be told about it
Casuals.
on the same day. Yeah, the casuals. Yeah. And then, so I could see that. But then also, I think reaction videos will be coming out quicker for Yang's trailer, unless people say, hey, no, just put Yang and Chapter 1 in the same video. Which, considering Chapter 1's like 23 minutes long, that's going to be a really long reaction video as is. So I might just do them separate to just cut off the load of work.
That makes sense.
Ooh, they're saying the short has something really big in it. Are you... Never mind. I was going to say
probably
something.
has something big in it.
Yeah, I was about to make a joke, but I'm deciding to keep it in. I'm not in high school anymore. I'm not going to make that joke. But, oh man. Do you have any things you're hoping to see in tomorrow's episode?
Ren.
Well, we're going to see Team Ranger, so Ren's going to be in it.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can't really think of specifics, but what I am pretty excited for is just not really having to. I know this sounds bad, but not having to sit through a transition season again, if that makes sense. Because Volume 4 was very much a transition.
Yeah, yeah.
And now they're finally there, and like we know Watts is there, and something's gonna happen, and the trailer looks cool and more actiony. So I think just the plot is really gonna pick up, and I'm just most excited for that.
Yeah, the thing I'm kind of confused about is like Weiss, because from what I could remember and from like skimming through the episode, the trailer just now, is all the Weiss clips are from the Weiss trailer that we had at RTX.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we don't see her with Team Ranger. We don't. I think Weiss right now is like the biggest mystery to me. So I hope we're seeing her tomorrow. Whereas like Ranger, we know what they're kind of going to be up to, and Blake, we know what she's going to be up to thanks to her trailer and the added clip of. Why am I forgetting people's names? Gosh, Ilya. Thanks to Ilya being like, you get out of Menagerie while you still can, Blake. So, I don't know. It'd be weird to see that they're still in different locations, but Weiss should be back in Haven, or at least soon arriving in Haven.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope she's just not like chilling by herself on the ship the entire time.
She's chilling with baggage, going through people's bags. Oh, this person has a Game Boy. Wonderful. A Nintendo Switch. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry, that was just me trying to think of something entertaining she could be doing while with flight baggage.
Okay, I will real quick say that if who I'm looking at is Sienna Khan and she is a pretty lady, she looks like a cat girl.
Wait, the cat girl where?
No. I don't know. She has ears. 45 seconds when Adam's walking up to who we assume is Sienna Khan.
Oh, yeah, 45 seconds?
I'm pretty sure you can see that there's ears on her head, so some type of, like, cat or fox kind of thing.
Hold on. I am not... Are you talking about 46 seconds? Because at 45 seconds, people are way too small for me to see.
Oh, well, at my 45 seconds, it was fine. Okay. But,
are you talking about Sienna Khan? Because those do look like cat ears. Oh
I want to see her outfit.
Those staves look awesome for the White Fang people.
They do.
Adam has a new costume. His jacket's
kind of.
different.
I'm trying to look at it.
His jacket's different. It's more
intense, edgy.
Well, it's less like European style and more Asian style it looks.
Yeah, that's a good explanation for it.
Sorry, it is. Sorry, it's like I don't know which specific country from Asia, so I'm just gonna bunch them all together. Like I want to say Japanese, but it also looks like it has some Chinese influence. So
people are saying Sienna Khan has tiger stripes on her body, and I'm looking for it.
Yeah, on her arms and her leg, like her thigh. Sorry, I have a really big screen that I'm looking at right now, so like if there was a breadcrumb on the floor in that room, I could see it.
Yeah, my screen's a little small.
Yeah, so I mean, if I could like screen enhance, I'm guessing she's blinking at this paused frame. Because I was like, are her eyes somewhat red? But it could be she's blinking and I just can't tell. But she does have
I
stripes.
really want to see. I really want to see her in action. And actually, we now basically have confirmation that Adam's actually gonna show up now.
Wait, who?
Adam,
Oh,
because he's
Adam?
like actually
Dude,
there.
I am ready for him to just be kicked in the nuts. Like, I hope Sienna Khan just kicks him in the nuts, drags him, and then throws him down a pit. I don't know. That's. I don't know why she would
That's
be
really sad.
fighting for Team Ruby, but it's like, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing that happen to Adam at some point. But
Honestly, I want to see Adam do some more like badass stuff, like
yeah,
fuck some shit
well,
up, and then
they
eventually
hint
he
at
gets it
that a
handed to
lot
him.
during the trailer too.
That
It
is true.
they start talking about like White Fang and Adam is up to something in Haven, and like I think there's going to be a lot of conflict between Team Ranger, maybe Yang and Weiss, and the White Fang, and I think that has a lot to do why the school is evacuated in Haven
That would make
because I think
sense.
Watts is telling the headmaster there like, hey, the White Fang that attacked Beacon is now going to be attacking Haven Academy, and you got to start evacuating people now. And the guy, he kind of looks like he's based off the Cowardly Lion. I mean, crap,
Lionheart?
yeah, Lionheart,
Yeah,
which is funny because isn't Ty also supposed to be based off of Lionheart? I
I
mean,
have
not
no
based off
idea.
Lionheart, the Cowardly Lion. I meant
I honestly don't know. I mean, Lionheart looks more like
a
a
lion.
cowardly lion.
Yeah, he does. I'm looking at him now with his finger up. Um, uh, okay. Strike Jerk says, "I want Adam's death to be beautifully savage."
Yes,
Yes,
please.
like Jurassic World babysitter death, beautifully savage. Although the babysitter didn't deserve that harsh of a death, but I'm just
Um,
really pumped.
oh, you brought up a interesting point about evacuation because if they're like, if Watts is like, okay, the White Fang is gonna come attack, and he gives decent evidence to where Lionheart's actually like, okay, let's evacuate, then while people are evacuating, they can be really vulnerable. So if that does
Hmm.
happen, they might start an attack while they're evacuating.
Yeah, yeah, and
That would
uh,
make a lot of
I
sense.
don't know why I'm thinking Lord of the Rings now, but in the Two Towers, that very thing happens. Is when they start leaving Rohan. They're leaving like the main city of Rohan to go to Helm's Deep, and they get attacked while they're evacuating, and because people start saying like, oh, people will be slow and like they're easy targets, very vulnerable while they're
Yeah.
moving. And yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. They'll be very slow and very vulnerable. Whereas if they're at the school inside the city, it's very well defended and like harder to break into. And
Yeah,
it
and
that's kind of why
sorry.
it took so long to sorry. I'm like that's why it took them so long to finally pull off their plan. It took 3 volumes to finally attack Beacon.
Yeah, and just if you look at about 32 to 33 seconds, like you can see how the city is laid out, like it's all very up and down, and I think that would make an attack pretty difficult unless
Yeah.
they had like I don't know, more grim dragons and could fly around and attack.
And be dropping Grim from above,
Yeah.
like with his gross ooze. Yeah. Okay. So Verif is saying people guessed Ty was the lion just to fill in the cast, but now we're pretty sure we were wrong about that. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, we can't have like two characters based off the same guy, but yeah, Lionheart I think is very much the Cowardly Lion. Um, I mean Ty, he's a little wary, but that's kind of like a father's nervousness of like, I want to protect my
Yeah.
baby girls, but they're kind of now grown up now and taking care of themselves.
Lionheart is Taiyang confirmed.
What?
I don't know,
What'd you
dude. I'm
say?
dying.
Yeah, so I don't think like Watts even has to present very much evidence to Lionheart to get him to evacuate Haven at all, because he
Yeah.
Lionheart already seems like he's very easy to persuade, and all the evidence Watts needs is to be like, look at Beacon and Vale. They're destroyed and like evacuated, and like they're a huge mess right now. So it
Mhm.
could very well be. I mean, even looking at the screenshot that you're talking about at 32 seconds, I don't see a single person outside in that village. And it
Yeah,
could
yeah.
be like they just arrived to a place that's completely empty, though I doubt that. But and it could just be like, oh, well, it's very hard to animate tiny little people moving because they'll be the size of ants and
Yeah, I
like
was thinking that. And like the background, at least the very back, almost looks like just a painted image.
yeah, it's a 2D image.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess if they're making a painted image, it would be easy to paint in people.
Hmm.
So I guess it is pretty significant that no one is there.
Yeah. Okay. So Verif's. Sorry, I'm going a little off topic again.
No, it's fine.
I'm like so ADD with this sometimes. So Verif is saying the writers have said in a recent interview that Mistral's vertical structure is its main defense feature. So yeah, you were right with that. Is it being so vertical is a very good defense and hard to infiltrate, which is probably why they would try to get the city to evacuate, is so they're in a more vulnerable state. And then Inspector Who is saying, what if Lionheart is playing both sides? Something kind of tells me that's why Team Ranger and Crow are probably going to try find him and talk to him about what's going on. Because they
Yeah.
know, unless he's persuaded very strongly, he's probably not going to play at both sides. He's probably going to do whatever people tell him to do. And
Honestly, if he's based off like a cowardly lion, then Watts could literally just be like, "Hey, if you don't mess with us and if you say you're our ally, then we won't hurt you or like the people close to you, but like, hey, give us your city."
yeah, exactly. And someone said, I hope we see John's semblance this volume. And that actually reminds me of a video a dear friend has made fairly recently. Where is their video? They had a video just a little recently. Gosh
Is
dang
it a
it.
video on
Where is it?
YouTube?
Yeah, it's a video on YouTube. It is by Kaylee. Um,
Is it that one that's like, we already know John's semblance, we've been
yeah.
looking at
Oh,
it
there it
for.
is. Okay, okay, okay. So the
Yeah, it's a
video.
really like recommended video to me for some reason.
Yeah, so like 3 weeks ago, it says, Ruby, I figured out John's semblance. And it's a picture of John holding up his sword.
Hmm.
It's 19 and a half minutes long, so I can't really remember it too much. But I know a lot of people have been guessing it has to do something with like being able to command people and be a leader, because
Hmm.
he's been very much shown as like the leader character. Like strategists are very much leaders
I mean,
because
and also Joan of Arc was a leader.
yeah, Joanna of Arc. So Jean could very well be able to command people and encourage them. Like I could see it as like if someone is a little shaky to do something, like they're a little scared to like jump into battle. I bet Jean's semblance could very well help them like feel better and like more like courageous, I guess, and like go fight.
Hmm.
Okay. And Stoic Joke is saying in the Blu-ray commentaries, the crew has said they're finally getting into the main events. Oh, sorry, I thought that comment was gonna have to do about Jean, but the writers have said that like we've seen Jean's semblance before in action as early as Volume One. So
Of course, they're just gonna like mess with us.
it'll be like the very last episode of Ruby. Jean's semblance is finally fully explained
Yeah.
right
Varif
before
says,
the
isn't
big
that
fight.
also kind of Ren's semblance?
Oh wait, oh, Ren's semblance was more of a camouflage, though.
Yeah, but like it's an effect that you can put on another person.
Yeah, so it's
And it
similar
kind
in
of
that.
alters their emotions, kind of.
It kind of cloaked emotions
Yeah,
from.
I use the term like alter very loosely.
Yeah, so yeah, well, it's kind of like Ren's in a sense. Like Ren's semblance could actually be used as proof to kind of back up what I'm saying about Jean,
Hmm.
because we know the concept is possible in the world of Ruby, even though Ren's is more of like a here camouflage and hide from the grim, whereas Jean's is more of the opposite, I guess, where it kind of like instead of camouflaging, it's more empowering, which I guess would kind of make you more noticeable to a Grimm. So,
Okay.
Connor Bobbitt said, "Calling it now. His semblance is just vomiting at extreme heights." And Stoic Drug is saying Jean related to the last king of Vale? Question mark. And I think that's been hinted at quite a bit too. I mean, like, nothing's confirmed until it's confirmed. I mean, like, gosh, nothing's canon until it's confirmed is what I meant to say. So I could be like, yeah, I think that's likely, but unless the show proves me one way or the other, I can't really say, yeah, he is or not. I can just say what I think. But, sorry, do you think he's related to him at all?
I mean, the so-called evidence for that is pretty much pure speculation and comparing imagery,
Yeah.
but it would be cool if it were true.
Well, yeah, there's like comparing imagery, but then also in Volume 1, he was saying that his sword and shield were heirlooms from his great grandfather? Is it great or great great?
I don't remember,
It's a
and
very old, very old.
that is a good connection, but honestly, at this point, I'm just like, I mean,
Who
lots of
knows?
families could have heirloom weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah. Oh, and Verif also said maybe John's is passive like crows, which, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, that's kind of it because Jean kind of seems unknown of what his semblance really is too, so it would have to be passive.
I like Hunt SD's comment. I wonder why Ren is not the most important person in the world due to his semblance. Basically, if he's paying attention, Grimm can't kill him.
Yeah, well, they can't find him, that's for sure.
Yeah, and if they can't find him, they can't kill him. But that also makes me think, like, in the Battle of Beacon, why did we not get to see his semblance then? I feel like it really could have been used.
Um, well, if you think about it, he wasn't really in the retreating. It was more in the fighting and defending kind of mode, and I think it'd be very hard to kind of do a combo of both. And it kind of seems like
True.
he has to be in a moment of zen, so to say, to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
Like,
I just think he's the most amazing. He can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants.
you're just like, bow down to Ren. Bow.
Yes, everyone do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Wait, hold on. I'm trying to see. Someone made a comment, and I'm trying to remember where it could be. Never mind. Forget it. I'm like, I forgot my train of thought, but uh, Sean's semblance, I'm pretty sure will be revealed at some point. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe like in a director's commentary for Volume 5, they'll be like, "You guys already know what it is, but we're not gonna tell you it explicitly just to mess with you." And then like have the fandom just kind of like freak out because they're like, "We know what it is, but do we?"
Yeah, I think in an imperfect world, well, I don't know how to phrase this, but it would just be so bad but good at the same time if the creators just messed with us for years and just didn't say anything like explicit about Jean's semblance.
Yeah, I mean, technically, they've already gone at it for years because Volume
I
1
know,
was
but
like
like,
back in 2013.
if we're freaking in volume 10 and we don't know exactly what Jean's semblance is, there's gonna be a riot.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have pretty much gotten on the same or similar enough page of what his semblance may be. And so I think at that it will definitely be before Volume 10.
I hope so.
Yeah, and Hunt SD. Okay, Hunt SD put it very well. How I was trying to say. I'm sure we have a theory that's right, but we just don't know which one.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. And after I watch Kaylee's video, I will come back to you guys on thoughts about that next week.
Yeah, I
But
should probably watch that too.
it's like, here is our VYTALCast homework. After we watch the chapter 1 and Yang trailer, like, what could Yang be doing to like have to punch someone in the face for her trailer? Like, looking for Ruby, looking for Raven.
Are you talking about the guy she punched in the Volume 5 trailer?
Yeah, I'm guessing that's from the Yang trailer.
Oh, it's actually not. Well, probably not because people have seen thumbnails of the Yang short and she has her arm and she's in her old outfit.
Oh, it's a flashback. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that'll be in chapter 1. But still, what is she doing to have to punch someone in the face? And also like I think Blake's trailer should have been more of a flashback rather than how it was. Because Weiss's trailer was a flashback, and if Yang's is going to be a flashback, Blake's kind of stands out as like a hey, we're talking about memory stuff, but we're going to show modern like present stuff. And
It was half a flashback, but like you don't really know the context of the flashback part.
yeah, like you just hear Ilya telling her story, and it's like, why couldn't we just like visually see that instead of like questioning who is this guy that Blake and Sun are chasing after, having like no answers on that guy other than he's probably someone that works for the White Fang, but we're having all this
Hmm.
dialogue about like Ilya's and Blake's relationship and like Ilya's background.
Hmm. Hunt SD says, I think Blake's short should have been an episode. It didn't really feel right. And that's
Mm,
basically the vibe I got from it, which
yeah.
is why my reaction video was so, I guess you could say, lackluster or had a lack of excitement, which I think is why people didn't really care for it that much. And it's like, if you have an unpopular opinion about Ruby, people will hate on you. But I agree with you, Hunt SD, so thank you for making sure I'm not the
Yeah.
person alone in this
I mean,
discussion.
now that it's been a while and I've seen the trailer more than once, and like, obviously, last VYTALcast was like my live reaction to that, so it's like I didn't have a whole lot of time to process and rethink everything to be like, huh, this is a lot of information. Like a lot of it was still processing, but it's still like a lot of people pointed out like it would have been better as a show don't tell, and it just really just kind of told us stuff rather than showed us. And it was like, yeah,
Yeah.
this would have been better as an episode where I had more time where it could have done a little bit of both. So,
Yeah, just like flashback monologue, like Ilya's just talking and like if you're just taking the flashback part, they're just sitting there talking and they're just spouting out information that we can use and it's just this that short really made me want to see more show don't tell because usually I
yeah.
don't care, but it's just I didn't care for the Blake short at all, and I think that was one of the main reasons why. And the other reason was just it didn't flow very well. Like the
Hmm.
actiony part, just like it was so segmented,
It,
and there's so much like stopping and
yeah.
being like go.
Yeah. It was like, it really was like, it had like a identity issue. Like, do we want to be an action chasing trailer or do we want to be a character learning trailer? And honestly, I think it would have been more emotionally powerful if it did the show don't tell about Ilya. Maybe if it just like give us visuals while Ilya's narrating over it, kind of like how Yang gave that story about her trying to find her mom back in Volume 2 to Blake.
Hmm.
Like even if they did just that, I think it would have gave a little bit more emotional attachment to us if you were able to visually see stuff people were doing to Ilya once they found out she was a faunus, or like how it was for her hiding that she was a faunus and stuff like that, or and maybe even going into like how she and Blake met and like how they were able to bond over that. And
Hmm.
people are saying like
Yeah,
hype
and
increased.
if we just have the telling instead of the showing of something as big or important to a character like that situation was for Ilya, you don't get to see and experience the emotion behind it. Like the whole
Mm,
time she was just like, and then they just laughed that all the faunists were dead. And it was just pretty monotone, didn't have a lot
yeah.
of emotion for me. And I mean, that could be understood if Ilya had to like mature and she doesn't want to be vulnerable and show a lot of emotion. But it was just like I want to see the actual ramifications of what happens and
Yeah.
how people act. I don't want to just be told I got really mad and then I revealed I was a faunus.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So Story Drug said their friend told them to pay close attention when they see the short. I will be doing that, and I think I'll be
Hmm.
watching the Yang short before I watch the chapter one, because if it is supposed
Yeah.
to be a trailer, then I'm gonna assume that the best order is Yang trailer, short. I mean, chapter one,
Hmm.
and one of my big hopes for chapter five, and I hope they got this through feedback through the Blake trailer, is that they do more show don't tell, because they did quite a bit about that in like volume four. I mean, like there was like Crow doing the storytelling about the two brothers and stuff, and like they
Hmm.
they did give animation for that. But if they were going to do more of like a like character background stuff, I would love to see more show rather than tell. Kind of like the was it chapter seven of volume three, the villain episode.
Oh boy, I don't remember.
I am looking it up.
Okay.
It's
But
like I
I
resigned.
liked what you said, especially about the Crow telling the story about the brothers.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, it was a decent time to get that bit of lore out,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it just felt kind of inserted just for like, oh, we have this new bit of lore and like talking about relics and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think it would have been so cool to see, I don't know, like some really subtle information. Like, I forget the specifics because I honestly haven't watched the episode in a while, so please forgive me if I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
seeing like religious imagery, like in the background of a town, or like while Ranger was exploring like a sacked town, they come across like a book telling the story, or like I don't know, just show don't tell. That's just the okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Hunt D just mentioned like Fat Man Falling. I'm guessing that's a Ruby channel.
That
Uh,
sounds vaguely familiar.
yeah. Um so like oh my gosh, their icon looks familiar too. Um okay, so they it looks like their channel I'm going to just click on the about tab. Their about tab is empty.
No.
Just useless, but okay, I'm just gonna look through their videos. Okay, so they are a Ruby fan. They got Ruby. They got the Blake character short reaction. They got okay. So I'm guessing they do more of like okay. So they do like Ruby discussions and stuff. So that's cool. I'll have to look into their stuff later. They do a whole lot more than Ruby though, but Ruby does seem like a big part of their video stuff. Um, maybe there'll be someone I could invite to VYTALCast sometime. Who
Yay.
knows? I'll have to watch his channel, get to know him. People get his attention for me. Be like, hey, you should contact Portal 64. See if you could be on VYTALCast sometime. Because that's actually how we got Lady Stardust on, and she was one. Well, she was the biggest episode of VYTALCast we've ever had.
That's kind of expected for what was going on.
Yeah. Okay, so Verif is saying something that I kind of agree with. When it's talking about lore, I think it's pretty okay to show it kind of like as a World of Remnant type thing, kind of like how Crow did it. Except for Crow's
Yeah.
placement and timing for that was just a little weird pacing wise, but it was kind of like a hey, we just got done with a big conflict, we just escaped something big, and now we kind of have a moment to sit and talk. But did seem kind of weird to sit and talk about that. Although Crow did need to explain some stuff because Ranger was being a little pissy at him.
Yeah. Like I agree with you. And when I say like show don't tell, like obviously
Mm-hmm.
that's not totally appropriate for every single situation.
Yeah.
And if you need a lore dump, it's honestly most effective to get all the information out by just saying it.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with that, like what Verif said. But still, I don't know. I'm so conflicted when I try to talk smart and analyze things. But just just telling and then adding a little bit of like that World of Remnant type animation on top, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do much for me besides okay, I have this information about the world now.
Yeah, and Yeah, Nameless is confirming, even though I looked it up. I forgot to say I did. But yeah, in Volume 3, Chapter 7, they have like one of the best episodes of Ruby, which was the villain background episode where it was kind of showing like Cinder's rise to power and like
Oh
how she
yeah, that episode.
recruited
Yeah.
Emerald and Mercury and like how they went after the Fall Maiden.
Mhm.
And so it's like, yes, that was really good. And that's like one of the best examples of show don't tell that I could think of. And it's like, guys, you've done it before. You could do it again. Like, if there's a character that's going to tell their background, very much do it as like that. Kind of like that as a mix with of the episode with Yang telling Blake, which was like showing stuff with her narration. So it could have been like, oh yeah, you show full animation and like dialogue, but every now and then have narration from the character in the present talking about that past event.
Mhm.
So maybe like for example with Ilya, maybe it could have been shown like the school students looking at like a scroll or a TV screen about the news about all the Faunus dying and them laughing and like Ilya's facial reaction to that, and it takes a moment for Ilya to say, yeah, they seem to be kind of happy and taking joy that Faunus have died over that, and it made me da 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 da. So we're seeing what she's talking about, but we also hear. Um, but yeah, Blake's trailer, I think needed to just be longer. Like it was 5 minutes long, which I guess for a
Mhm.
trailer is sort of long, but it would have definitely been better as an episode where they could have done both, where they
Yeah.
had like the Blake conflict of her chasing the guy and Ilya stopping her, and the flashback of Ilya's background.
Mhm.
And
Oh, and then Connor left a good comment is something that needs to definitely be shown is how the Faunus are treated badly.
yeah, yeah, that's another example of not very good. Like they need to do more showing rather than telling about Faunus treatment, because other than seeing Velvet have her ear pulled by Cardin, we haven't
Who
had
was
too
established
much.
as a bully character anyway.
Yeah, like if it was like a character that we were supposed to like pulling on her ear, then that has a different effect rather than Cardin is just a jerk to everyone, so
Mhm.
that's just Cardin being Cardin, not like normal everyday people being racist towards Faunus. Um, so I know we've been talking about a lot of story stuff, but I kind of want to change the topic just a wee bit
Okay.
about reactions and stuff like that. If people were to look into the description slash basic info of this stream, I have a link to a Rooster Teeth site post by one of their workers that take care of their content IDing on YouTube, and he basically Rooster Teeth allows us to do reactions and is fully by like their kindness that we're able to do all this. But they do have like an automated system through YouTube's analog system, analytic. No, ugh, words. Neither one of those were the words I want to use. What is it? Algorithm. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm will catch people's reaction videos. Do not panic, because in the post they said the first policy that Rooster Teeth automatically applies is the block policy, where they block the content, but it usually takes about a day or two for a Rooster Teeth person to see and watch and review the video, and
Mhm.
usually like 99% of the time they will approve the video, but Rooster Teeth will take ad revenue from the video because it is
Yeah.
their property. He said only about like 1% of the time do they ever have to do a content claim and a copyright, basically like a copyright strike on the channel and a
Mhm.
takedown of the video. And he said on normal weeks, they get about 30 to 50 claims they have to go through, but
Yeah.
obviously starting this week on, they are gonna be tsunamied by people uploading Ruby
Yep.
reaction videos. So it's gonna take longer for a Ruby video to be approved by a Rooster Teeth person. We saw a lot of this during Volume 4. Do not panic. A lot of people. Basically, I think one big tip I could give is don't delete your reaction and then try to re upload it in hopes of it not getting blocked. Just
Yeah.
be patient and have it just get approved, because that's kind of creating less work for the people on Rooster Teeth's end.
Mhm.
And be patient. Do not act entitled when you if you email them like, look at my video, Like, please review my video, make sure it's okay. Because honestly, it's up to their grace on what happens with your video. And something tells me if you're rude and entitled towards them, they might just block your video for good just to spite
Mm-hmm.
you, which I highly doubt that because they said only 1% of videos have something like that happen. But yeah,
Yeah.
don't be a
It's like
douche
these
to yours.
people spend hours. It's their content. Like, it's
Yeah.
not yours.
Yeah, like the animators spend months working on this. The people that have to review videos have to spend days and days and days doing all the reviews to like okay them and send them out. And oh, another thing he said is they do not pre-approve videos, which
Yeah.
means like if you're gonna upload a video, like a reaction video, like a few days before like the timeline of it's supposed to be in public, and Rooster Teeth takes a claim on that, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna like approve your video ahead of time so when it does become public it's ready to watch. So uh but also it's just like a roll of the dice on what happens how fast on your video, and with more and more reactioners becoming a thing, it's gonna be like harder to like know when you're gonna get caught or not caught on like how fast you're gonna be blocked or unblocked.
Hmm.
So be
Like,
patient.
none of my videos have been blocked. I've only gotten like Rooster Teeth claims this, and they'll get ad revenue.
Yeah, yeah, which luckily that's what's been happening to me um, a lot of the time. But they said usually a lot of the time someone's video will be blocked until reviewed.
Yeah.
But they said they've been getting a hold of like how things are going thanks to like how Volume 4 has been going, and now like Red versus Blue season 15 just happened as well.
Hmm.
So they said they're getting better at how they're doing stuff, but there's gonna be a tsunami of stuff hitting them starting next week. So they said,
Yeah.
hey, be a little patient if your video's blocked for a day or so, or maybe a few hours, because everyone was just like, I got blocked. Are you blocked? Like, everyone's like asking everyone like what to do, and like somehow I got put as like the seeker of knowledge that everyone could come to about like what happens if their video gets blocked. I'm like, hey guys, I really don't know what I did to get my video unblocked. Turns out I didn't really do anything. It's just what Rooster Teeth does. So
Yeah.
yeah, be patient. And also on that post I have linked in the stream, they have some guidelines and a link to the official guidelines, which is like if you're doing a reaction video, make sure the video of Ruby is like less than 50% its size. Which, if you have a video editor like Final Cut Pro, you could like select a clip and transform it to like 50% or smaller, so you could see what
Hmm.
proportion size that looks like on screen. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, and like yeah, just don't have Ruby be the majority of your screen, and then like don't use their logos in your thumbnails. Those are like the two biggest things I could say. And
Hmm.
the logos and the thumbnails with my Ruby Chibi season 1 reactions, I didn't know about that rule to like clear after.
Same.
Yeah, so it was like yikes. And then some blessed subscriber helped me make new thumbnails for season 1 reactions for Ruby Chibi. So
Okay.
thanks for that. Don't
That's
don't
good.
use logos. You could use their font. Okay, sorry. I know I just like totally shunned you during that whole little rant. Are you
Who,
okay?
me?
Yeah, like you didn't talk too much. I don't know. I just feel bad for talking
Oh,
too
no, no, no,
much.
no. It's okay. I was just listening, and then I was thinking, like, yeah, I kind of, well, like for Ruby Chibi, I kind of
Mhm,
used the logo a few times, but then like for
mhm.
Ruby reactions, I had like the logo, like the text, but then I
Yeah,
changed it so it just looks like the font. But
yeah,
I'll probably do something else. I don't know.
yeah. I use the Ruby style font. That's what I do. I'm like, people will recognize Ruby. I mean, it's Ruby spelled with a W instead of a U. People will know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Plus, with how I've been changing stuff is usually with the thumbnails, I put in some editing. It's like, oh, it's frame from the video of me, and then like I edit out one of the characters or something and put that on the picture with me,
Mhm.
or I either cut myself out and put myself on a frame of Ruby. So yeah, uh, Man, I'm gonna be so busy once Volume 5 starts.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna like it. And are you doing midterms right now?
Um, no. I had my tests were like last week, week and a half ago, and then my next tests are at the end of October.
Okay, so for other than the end of October, you're pretty lucky as far as like the time frame of Ruby coming out.
Kinda. I mean, I do have stuff on Saturdays mostly,
Hmm.
so I'm probably gonna be like at least a day late.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we got a whole week to edit, so
Oh yeah, duh. I always forget that. I'm like, okay,
it's
film
not a
this,
race
edit,
to
upload.
who could upload fastest anymore, thank goodness. So, oh, that's the other thing. People wait a whole week to upload your video. Yeah.
There was one instance where I made it was either Ruby or Ruby Chibi, and I uploaded the the video like right after I finished editing it, and then I was like, wait, and then I went to see if other people had uploaded their videos,
Yeah.
and then I realized no one else has uploaded their videos.
Dun
Oh
dun
my god,
dun.
wait, I have to wait a week.
Yeah, I know the Kaito Dan accidentally did that because he recorded multiple episodes in one video recording,
Mm.
and he had like the newest episode in that video when he uploaded it, and I had a comment. I'm like, hey man, you might want to like private this video for a few more days, and he's like, oh my gosh, thanks. So we've all been there, we've all done that. I
Hmm.
know for Ruby Chibi, everyone, well, I'm everyone. I would upload them like the day after for a while until Rooster Teeth was like, "Hey, yo, don't do that." And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad. I thought since there's no spoilers, it was okay, but yeah, I get your point now. Thanks." So, yeah. Anyway, do you have any final thoughts?
mm, I'm really excited for Volume 5, and I
Woo.
need more Ren. That's it.
Yeah, more Ren, more Yang. You know, I want more Yang in Volume 5. That's what I want. But from
Yeah,
the
now that
trailers.
she's like super pretty, give me more Yang.
Yeah, it's like more Yang, please. More everyone. More everyone. Um yeah, so I gotta go start recording my Ruby Chibi season 2 reactions now with my
Nice.
good friend Hails to Taco, who is a Patreon supporter of the channel.
Yay.
So, guys, did you know for $2 you could do a group reaction of Ruby Chibi Season 2 with me? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The first one will be coming out very soon. I just need to edit it, but I'm very lazy and tired. I've been working 12-hour shifts. Okay, so.
This poor boy needs money.
Yeah. Hey, Hails the Taco. Okay, I will message you on Patreon very soon. But anyway, guys, see ya.
Thanks for watching. Bye.